Hi again. Today, my question to all of you is, what do you do when you know you're pregnant? So, pregnancy in a couple or in a woman's life is one of the most beautiful, memorable moments ever. Once you know you're pregnant, what do you do? Or what do you do, or how do you get about it? First of all, the moment of knowing that you're pregnant is very important, because a pregnancy is not just about the physical thing, it's also about your mental capacity and mental well-being. It's also about your psychological things. It's much more. It's about your relationship. It's about a lot more than just being pregnant. Lots of women, when they fall pregnant at various occasions. For some, it will be the most happiest thing ever. For some, it will be the moment that they waited forever and ever. For some, it will be something that they dreaded, that they didn't want to happen. For some, it's a shock. For some, it's a tear. For some, it's a happiness. So there are lots of emotions that you start off the moment that you know you're pregnant. And that does matter. Why does it matter? Because it's a moment that you're preparing yourself to become a mother. It's a moment that as a couple that you are preparing yourselves to become parents. So that moment of emotion, the thing that you feel then, matters for the journey of the whole of the pregnancy. Your acceptance for your pregnancy, your acceptance that you're pregnant, you're accepting responsibilities. There are a lot more that you're accepting the moment you both realize that you're pregnant. So that itself will mold and shape the whole of the journey of pregnancy up to the time of delivery and after. So that is the most important thing. And that makes you ready to, or if you're not ready, that tells you that you need to get ready to accept the changes that comes with the pregnancy in your body, in the psychological well-being, in your relationship, in your everything that's surrounding you. So that a lot of things the moment that you know you're pregnant. Then what do you do afterwards? First, you have to confirm that you're pregnant. You can either do it by a urine test. You would have either done it by urine test, or you could go to a doctor or a GP and they will do it for you. Or you can have an early scan around 6 or 7 weeks where the confirmatory of pregnancy is made, where a gestational sac with a little ring inside, a yolk sac, and maybe a fetal pole with a little heartbeat is seen or shown to you. That will indicate how many babies are there, where your pregnancy is, and is everything around is okay. So that will be your confirmation. Sometimes in some people, they do blood tests to confirm the pregnancy depending on the situation. So once a confirmation is done, most of the women would be on folic acid before they get pregnant. So ideally, you should be on the folic acid by the time you fall pregnant, or if you're not, you start straight away. The international requirement will be 400 micrograms, but in some countries like in Sri Lanka, we have 1 milligram tablets, or most of your multivitamins will have the exact requirement of folic acid. So you can start taking your folic acid. In some women, this 400 micrograms might not be enough, and you might need 5 milligrams. Women who have excessive vomiting, women who are obese, and all these women, or women who have had neural tube defects or babies with other problems in the past, or spinal cord issues, will most likely need 5 milligrams. So according to that, you will change your folic acid requirement. And you can also go on a multivitamin or prenatal vitamins instead of a single folic acid. Once you start that, your next requirement will be, well, now you've confirmed you're pregnant, now you're on folic acid, what do you do next? Ideally, you should think about the other things that surrounds you. After folic acid, you will think about your normal day-to-day things. If you're someone who's very sedentary, if you're someone already obese and overweight, you should think of optimizing your diet and adding activity into your day-to-day life so that your weight will be maintained and you might not be gaining too much of weight in pregnancy. If you are someone who already smokes, or if your partner is smoking, both should be considering stopping smoking completely for the well-being of the fetus and the pregnancy. If you are a woman who consumes alcohol, this is the right time that you can reduce or cut down stop your alcohol intake. Then comes other things that you already have. Some women have diabetes, some women have mental health issues, some women have blood pressure issues, some women take medication for depression, some take medication for epilepsy and seizure, and so on. All these medication might not be friendly to the fetus that's growing inside you. So you might have to consider or go to a doctor, your gynecologist or obstetrician, and you can optimize your medication. Some of them you might have to change, some of them you might have to reduce your dosage, some of them you might have to add new things in order because you're pregnant. So optimization of your existing condition is very important. The next thing will be your day-to-day diet. Lots of women have issues with what to eat and what not to eat. Normally, the food requirements doesn't change. The energy consumption doesn't change at the initial stages of your pregnancy. Your normal day-to-day intake will be more than enough for the two of you. Maybe you can add on more leafy vegetables and other things which has high folic acid, and also other red meat and things which has more iron in it, and nuts and legumes which will have other nutrients in it. So there's no indication to increase your calorie intake, but you can be on your normal balanced healthy diet. So balanced healthy diet, your exercise or activity levels. If you are having other habits, you can always stop those habits like smoking and alcohol. Starting folic acid into your regime, as well as optimizing your other conditions, will be very essential. Once you do all these and you're preparing yourself mentally and physically to be a mother, the next step will be you will go on to either your GP, your family practitioner, or your nurse practitioner, or another obstetrician for your dating, and you will book your pregnancy in. So when you book your pregnancy, they will check your height, your weight, your current blood pressure, and your basic blood tests will be done. What are the basic blood tests that are done at the booking visit? Your full blood count to check your iron level or hemoglobin, and then you will have your blood grouping checked, your sugar levels checked, and infections that are going to be that could be carried on from you to your baby is checked, like HIV, hepatitis, and syphilis routinely, and also a simple urine test to make sure that the urine is normal. All these are done the moment that you know you're pregnant and moving forward. We'll talk about other issues of pregnancy in my other videos. Thank you very much.